Bobby Schneider here. I'm joined by Randy Silver of NTV. Randy, we got to hear
Yes.
from head coach Matt Rule one final time ahead of Michigan. What is your just initial impressions before the game?
Normally at press conferences, he comes in a little bit more like laughing. He was serious. You could tell he knows that the number 21 team in the nation's coming here. He talked about having a great week of great week of practice, and you just saw in his face like he knows this is a matchup. He talked about Colorado last year, the crowd coming in. He's excited for what the Big Red Nation will bring, but what his team will bring to the matchup.
Yeah, I know. And one thing that everybody's wondering, will we see Bud Crawford lead out the Huskers? I mean, I think you got to just have him bring all the belts out with the team. And I think
Correct.
just for the publicity, Rule talked earlier in the week on Monday just of how much for recruiting aspects, how that's brought for Nebraska.
I think Bud coming out would only hype up the fans more. You have the Will Compton press video before as well. It would be so cool. And we do know that Big Red loves to show out, and I expect them to be very loud in the stadium.
Yeah, and you mentioned that. I mean, Michigan brings in a true freshman quarterback. How do you think the Blackshirts can attack him?
So Bryce Underwood really got unlocked against Central Michigan. Again, they won that game like 62-3. Excuse me if I'm a little bit off on the score. But he ran a lot in that game. The first two, they didn't do it. Huskers rush defense. I have the stats on my phone. Let's make sure I'm not saying fake information. Their rush defense is 15th. Now, they faced the Cincinnati QB who was really good at rushing, and they gave up 95 yards-ish rushing to him, plus that touchdown. So they need to do a good job, the Black Shirts, at containing DNs, not getting out of your comfort zone, cornerbacks keeping your eyes in the backfield, but at the same time, they have to be careful for the play-action passing.
Yeah, and I think that's the number one thing. If Nebraska can force the true freshman without their head coach to throw the football, that's the main key to victory. And obviously, you got to rely on Dylan Raiola. He's the bread and butter of Nebraska.
Yes.
Do you have an early prediction to throw in?
For score-wise?
Yeah.
You know, fans, I don't do predictions. I'm sorry. I like to keep it as a reporter down the line as possible. Obviously, we support Huskers as the Huskers reporters here, but I like to go into the game. Let's just see a good game.
Yeah, well, I'm going to throw it out there. I got Nebraska defeating Michigan for their first ranked win since 2016, 27-24. So be sure to follow Randy on TikTok, Twitter, and everything else, and let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
Let me ask you this question before we go. 27-24, is it a game-winning field goal, or do they make the final stop by the Black Shirts?
I think it's going to be a game-winning field goal. Nebraska gets themselves in field goal position as time expires, and Kyle Kunanen delivers another one going. He'd be 5 for 5 on the season because I project he'll get one earlier in the game.
And if that happens, make sure to subscribe our channels because we'll have all the BTS content of field celebrations, which will be wild.
You 100% bet. So reporting from Lincoln, this is Bobby Schneider, and that is Randy Silver.
Enjoy, everybody.